The reason I came up with the concept of the show is because every Sunday my family got together, and what we did is we talked about important topics, things that really affected our family. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to reverse what's going on with everybody not connecting together and getting involved too much in social media, but getting together at an actual event and having that dinner, having that connection with people, and then talking about this in a forum in the community. The whole idea was to teach you how to make a meal so you can eat that meal and enjoy it with the guests that are there, and then also talk about the concepts. But that's not only it, too. We want you to engage in the aspect of the social restaurant at Acropolis or any other venue we might have in the future. But it's also an opportunity for them to make the meal themselves at home and engage their family or their friends to also engage in important topics. This topic, opiate addiction and heroin addiction, is touching everybody personally. And I think it's very important that we have these open dialogues now because I think people are afraid and they don't have this open conversation. And they don't know how to engage their family or their friends about this topic. And this is the perfect forum for them to come in and start engaging over a nice meal with people and engaging with people that really do know the topic of heroin and opiate addiction. I think this is a unique concept of a show. I think we can bring this out nationally at some point where people can engage other people with similar problems that they're facing in their lives or topics of interest in a forum over food. I've been actively involved in several community projects and in charitable organizations. I also work over at Buffalo State College in the healthcare field, and I get to see daily what students from across New York State and even across the country and the issues they face daily. And it gets you really involved in the community aspect of things. And I thought starting a television show with my business partner, Trent Bowling, it would be a unique way to give back to the Buffalo community.
Well, I think the guests we decided on were people that were directly affected by this opiate addiction, people that worked in the field service of opiate addiction, and they just had the knowledge that we were seeking to really provide an education for people out there. There was a mom in particularly personally touched her. She lost her son to opiate addiction. It started as painkillers, and it just went into another whole stream of a down spiral for her son, and it's going to be very touching. I mean, this is what we want people to see, so they can feel what's really going on out there and not be afraid to talk about it.
Now, the host, Andrew Dan Jumbo, viewers may know him from some of his other reality television show and cable television show appearances.
Yes, he was one of the 4 front runners, I should say, of reality TV with the home improvement shows and everything. He came on, who's a personal friend of mine also, and he came on and did a great job of facilitating the conversation, facilitating the information that was going out, and he was pretty touched after this episode also, as we all were. It was shot in Rock Doyle's home and Andrew Covey's home, and every time you walk through the doors, you feel like you're in a place of peace, and that's what we wanted with our guests, our cast, to always feel it's okay to talk about whatever you want to talk about in this setting because this is home. This is your home away from home, and we want the viewers to feel that too when they watch.
And Chef Paul Saflidis from the Acropolis, you know, he's a great community advocate and has a great hometown business, and it's a great Mediterranean chicken and pasta. Did you have any of it, Martin?
Oh yes, it's delicious. Paul always does a great job. It's one of my favorite places to eat, and just hang out. It's a great hangout spot, and that's why we're doing our TV event dinner there. And we love Paul. We love Paul. He's a great guy. Great team of workers over there too.
So tell us about you. How did Trent Bowling get into the production business?
Well, my dad was a singer when I was a kid. Okay, so I always grew up around entertainment. My mom was a poet, so I always grew up around all the entertainment stuff from Buffalo to New York because I have family in New York also. About 9 years ago, I started my Bowling Entertainment management campaign to manage different artists, country artists, pop artists, and I started slowly going into the TV world because of guys like Andrew Dan Jumbo, whom I co-managed him for a brief moment in time while he was still on TV. So from there, we started doing other little small projects, and then me and Rock provided a marriage for ourselves with each other and started doing local stuff. And there's a lot more to come to. I'm doing premieres, bringing them to Buffalo at North Park Theater, so it's a lot of interesting projects on the table right now that I'm looking at. Well, in the fall, we're going to be shooting a psychological thriller with a producer, writer, and director, Addison Henderson, who is based in L.A. but from Buffalo, so he's a Buffalo native. So I like to keep my ties to all the guys in L.A. I'm also bringing a documentary of Lance Diamond's story called Diamond in the Buff. That'll be showing at North Park Theater on July 20th. So that's going to be a big thing. The Goo Goo Dolls are involved with the premiere. Mayor Brown's going to be there, so it's going to be a nice big show.
So Trent, tell us about the event, because Talk With Your Mouth Full is going to be on WBBZ-TV, and you can go and watch it in person.
Yes, you can watch it in person, June 11th at Acropolis at 6 p.m.
And the website is talkwithyourmouthfultv.com.